Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yep. All right, what up? What up? It's the All Grind Sports Show, and we back at you again, episode 15. I got two of my great, wonderful brothers in the building, man. My guy Isaiah Anthony, as y'all know.
What's up? What's up? What it do? What it do? Fuck Eminem.
What's up? What's good?
And then we got
First time here.
We got a special brand new guest in the building. My boy decided to pull up urgently, so I appreciate you, my guy, my boy Jose.
Pleasure to be here, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He finna bring that, that expertise as everybody has always brought here. And we're gonna talk our spit. We're gonna talk about the conclusion of the season. We finally have come to an end. And we're gonna get ready to get in our summer bag. Cause trust me, the season is over, but we just begun. It's so much more to come. And y'all can check us out on all directories, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Just type in All Grind Sports and you'll see us come up. And that being said, man, we have crowned the champion. Once again, the Golden State Warriors. I believe the fourth time in 8 years.
Yes, the
fourth time in
8 years.
Mm-hmm. The fourth time in the last 8 years, the Warriors are in the NBA championships. My prediction was spot on. I had Golden State in 6. I don't remember what Isaiah had said.
I said Golden State in 7.
Okay, so he gave Boston an extra game.
I thought they
Boston in 6. Actually,
you had Boston in 6.
I did.
I think that's your hate that was fuming through. I don't think that was an objective take. Sir.
No, I don't hate them, bro. I don't hate them. It just I saw the defense.
Yeah.
In the first 3 rounds, I thought they were gonna like stop Steph.
Yeah.
Making life difficult.
To be fair, Steph don't be going off like that usually in the finals either.
Yeah, this was by far.
That was what shocked me.
This is by far his best finals performance. I think we can all agree.
By far, it was his legacy moment.
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah. So you just saying you didn't see that coming, and that was why you had
right. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see it coming either. Like I said, I told y'all I thought it was going to 7 just because of how tough Boston's defense was. Like Jose said, the first round we saw them make the Nets look like normal. We made them
like
look
they shouldn't even been on the same court.
Yeah, like they didn't look like.
And that was a lot of people's championship favorite when the season started.
Right.
I mean, but y'all think it could have been attributed to them? I don't want to make excuses, but that was a hard fought battle with Miami. You know what I'm saying? They was literally a couple plays away from not being there. So I think that might have spilt over as far as
So, it's just a different animal, man. Like the Celtics, they were too worried about the 3, about the long ball, and their perimeter and paint area got exposed really bad. Really, really bad. They were too worried about the 3, man.
Well, you know why they probably were though? Because in game 1, I remember, they were the Warriors had got off on them. Like they pretty much were leading them most of the way. Because they were playing them as if they were playing Miami, to where you can sag off and give them that space because they don't have no bunch of sharp shooters like that. That's, that's going to F them up. So I think because they were trying to give them like that breathing room starting off, I remember there was a scene where Marcus Smart had got in them and said, hey, this ain't Miami. Y'all can't be doing that split that y'all was just doing last series. They're going to F y'all up. And it seems like going out through the series, that was what made them, kind of zone in on that. And, it opened up, players like Wiggins doing what the hell he did, because now they just so focused on like, okay, we just got to take Steph and Clay out for sure. Like we can't give them no type of breathing room. But, once you do that too aggressively, for a superstar like Steph, that's the favorite kind of defense they like. They want you to overplay them. You know what I'm saying? And, that was why that, went the way it went, I guess.
Yeah, and like Jose said, they got too worried about the 3. Like you saw them trying to match them 3 for 3. It's like, bro, you get into that game with the Warriors, you're already done. Like they have 2 of the best shooters of all time, so it's gonna be really hard to get into a battle with them like that. There was I think.
And the thing is, they were too worried about the 3. Like, that's their only weapon.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Like
it was
they're playing us
game
post
5.
so bad that Wiggins was getting like 5 offensive rebounds per game.
Mm-hmm.
They should never allow that shit to happen.
Right.
Yeah,
They
no.
really Boston really made people think Wiggins is good again because of how they were overplaying on the other guys. Like I
think
just
it was
finished
game
arguing with
5.
somebody about
What
that.
was that,
Like,
game 5 when they started? I think they were up like 5 going into the fourth quarter, or like probably like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they started jacking threes up, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, y'all could have won this game if y'all
Right.
didn't start pulling
see that,
threes.
and that's when you're playing not to lose and not playing to win because you're trying to just hurry up and put the game away. But nah, man, the Warriors,
Right.
you can't play that game with them
Yeah,
at
they
all.
almost fucking around with Wiggins win Finals MVP. Like, what the hell? Like,
Right.
I
I
never
mean,
thought I would say
Tatum
that.
made him look like he was some defensive player of the year kind of player.
Exactly, he made him look like fucking
Like,
Scottie Pippen
With
out
like
there.
think
insane.
about how much of a
Like Tatum,
think about how much of a mind f this is, bro. Like Andrew Wiggins was the second best player on the championship team. Did y'all ever think we would be saying that?
No,
Never.
I'm not gonna lie. Especially in Minnesota, I'm not even finna lie to you. No.
So, it's I don't know. Like, I kind of like I don't think it should be put in with the KD category necessarily because, like I've always said, KD has done what he's done with or without Golden State as far as the numbers. But I kind of see where y'all coming from in a way where y'all say like they so worried about these niggas that it gives that one person that lane to just F them niggas up with a one-on-one every time. Because a professional NBA player is a professional NBA player. You give them one-on-ones, it's pretty much barbecue chicken every time. And that's what, and Wiggins was having wide open drives to the lane most of the time.
exactly.
Like, and
Even
was
Steph,
and like
even
he said with
Steph.
rebounds, I think he had like 2 straight games. He had like 15 rebounds one game, 17 another. Like, come on, bro. That ain't never
Yeah,
been.
that should never happen. You have Robert
Especially with
Williams
how
in
much
the
they
paint and you have
outsized them.
Horford in the paint. That should never happen.
No,
Right.
at all. No, at all. That was
Tatum is a good rebounder too. That should never happen.
yeah, that was a disgusting display, like overall by the whole Boston Celtics team as far as crashing the boards. I'm like,
hey, y'all seen somebody say that Kobe blocked Tatum number?
I mean, after them performances, bro, like that was really bad. Like, oh my
That was
god,
cringe. Tatum was just cringe as fuck.
Hey, and I
want
want to give D a shout out, man. I'm kind of mad he not here because he brought this up on our last episode, man, and he was spot on.
yeah,
He said that he
really
feels
super
like
bad.
Tatum and Brown are too loose with the rock, and he feels like that is going to cost them to where they end up losing in 5 or 6 because of that. And going into game 6, before we even got to game 6, Tatum had the most turnovers in finals history for a series. So he was spot on with that. And I honestly didn't see it. But I guess when you play a team that's for real and it's really coach versus coach type split, like how that was, Udoka still did a great job this year.
Yeah,
but when it comes down to that type of battle, it exposes those type of things. And I guess that leads me to my next question, man. Like, what y'all think Boston needs to do this summer?
I don't know if Smart is the answer at point guard, man. And they need to get Tatum and Brown and some ball handling and passing drills, man. That, like, bro, that shit was a trope. Like, Brown was he played fairly well. He played all right, especially for this being his first finals. Like, he had a couple. He was up and down, but Tatum overall was just. He was really bad, man, especially with turning the ball over, and that's got to be fixed. Like, you cannot win. You give Golden State that many chances with getting points off of turnovers, you see what happens. They're gonna capitalize.
It's lights out on the other end.
Yeah, and they gotta calm down on threes, man. Like, I get that you have to take these threes, yeah, but like, take smart shots. Like, I don't know, like you said, playing not to lose instead of playing to win. Like, you should have been driving to the hoop trying to get free throws, trying to get layups, and you were up 5 with like 4 minutes to go. They could have been playing today if they would have just took care of that game right there.
Right. I mean, but they did. You gotta remember, they did steal game 1 to begin with, though. when
Yeah, they did.
you
And
know,
I'm saying, like, yeah, but they had to shoot lights out. They had to have Al Horford and Derek White shooting lights
at
out.
the end of the game too, like
Yeah,
Horford and Derek White had to do something
and
that they were pretty sure wasn't gonna happen again
Jaylen Brown hit like 3 threes to start the fourth quarter. So in that game
to
one,
get them
so
back in it. Yeah.
mhm. If Tatum plays half better of what he did, especially with turning the ball over,
So
I
whole
think
different series, huh?
I think we're playing today. I think they're playing today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
And remember, I said that too. I said I think Golden State gets it done in 6, but if they let it go to 7, they're in trouble.
yeah,
Because at that point,
anything
anything can happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
anything can
they
happen.
better
That's
take care of that before it gets to that point. And they did.
Right.
I said it that day, like they better play today. I'm speaking of during game 6. I said they better play today like it's win or go home for them.
Yeah, because you
very
saw
well
it in
could
six when the Celtics started creeping back a little bit. You know, I was like, it was third quarter and they were down like damn near 20, and I was like, if they can cut it to 10 by the end of third quarter, they kind of have a chance. And then they cut it down. I think like the lowest was 7, and after that, the Golden State Warriors were like, "Oh fuck no, we not finna let this shit go to 7." Because like you said, all bets are off in Game 7. Anything can happen.
Right.
I mean, one lucky game from Boston, and that's what
That's all it takes, and they
can happen.
was the champions.
can happen. Like it did
That-
in
and
game
that's-
1.
Oh, go ahead. Go
And
ahead. Jose.
also, like, I know Tatum is young as fuck, so he has a lot of time to improve. But his
Yeah, for
left
sure.
side got so exposed. Browns too. They couldn't do anything but drive into the left side.
Mhm.
Anything at all.
I mean, they just wasn't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? We can just look at it as this is one of they growing pains. They're very young. As far as what I think they need to do, I do think Tatum is the guy to build around. I think you know get whatever roster you need to get together, try to find them a point or whatever little extra star or scoring off the bench, whatever you need to do this year, go all in. If they can't get it done next year or at minimum like make it again, which I think is going to be very difficult for them to do because they barely made it out this year. But if they don't make some drastic improvements and you know make a believer out of me by next year, I would get ready to start blowing that up. That Tatum Brown combination might not be it. And from what I hear, they don't get along the best anyway, which is, you know, could be another thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's, you know, I'm not in the locker room, obviously, so I don't know if it's an ego thing of competition or if they really genuinely like have issues with each other. I don't know if it's a Luka Porzingis type of thing. I don't know. But, you know, there are some issues that's on display. It's just a matter of how deep they are. And, yeah, I feel like give it one more go. And if it don't work next year, I think it's time to pull the plug on that.
I mean, like I said, it's still too young. Like, they have been to 3, I believe, 3 Eastern Conference Finals already. They're only 24. That's not bad at all. And 1 finals. That's not bad at all. That's too young.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say necessarily
Like,
blow
we're
it
getting,
up.
like a year is too short.
Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily blow it up, but maybe.
I mean, it's been since what 2018 now. Like they've been like
That's
how much
4
longer
years.
they need. Sometimes
That's
teams
4
take too long to blow it up, and you know what I'm saying it ends up hurting them more than it helps them. Look at Portland right now. They in a very weird predicament because of how long they took. Look how long it took the Wizards to blow it up.
Portland was never in a position to ever make Western Conference Finals for real like that. Like,
what do you mean they made the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, in a year that like damn near every team was injured. Like,
hey, all it takes is that one time for you. We was just talking about not putting asterisks on spit. All it takes
that's fair.
is the right things to happen at the right time, and that run could happen. All you can control is whatever your destiny is at that moment.
Difference in between.
I mean, like I said,
is that
they were like half better Tatum away from winning the championship. Like a better performance from Tatum,
but they were also
or at least
a Chris, they were also potentially a Chris Middleton away from not even getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost that in 7 without Middleton.
That's true.
And they were also a 3-point shot and a stop away from not going to the finals. So those are things to look at
It
too.
happened, but it happened, and they were there.
Right.
So
But I'm saying
but
this
like
year is
Jose
over
just
with,
said,
though. This year is over with. So
okay,
now,
nigga, but you talking? Hold on, you talking about 1 year, my boy? 1 year to give them, and they made 3 Eastern Conference Finals and 1 Finals. One of the Eastern Conference Finals was LeBron James was just fucking everybody up in the East.
yeah.
Like, we saw he was a man on a fucking mission. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna at least make the finals.
And they were rookies.
Yeah, and they were rookies then.
rookies.
So they what happened the next Eastern Conference Final? Who did they play in the next one?
Eastern Conference
Milwaukee.
Finals?
Was it the Bucks?
I don't think they went. I think they lost to the Bucks in the
I'm
second
not
round.
talking about the very next one, but they played somebody in the Eastern Conference Finals again.
I think it was Miami as well.
Was it Miami?
Yeah.
They played Miami in the bubble, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. They played Miami in the bubble, and then playoff Jimmy got them, right? And then they came around this time, and they let Jimmy go off, but the rest of the team got smothered, and they made it to the finals. That's just what happened. And I don't think it's time to blow it up. Like I said, it just might be time to move certain pieces around, like maybe. I don't know. Like he said, they might just need that third player to give them that oomph in scoring, in a sense. Like, because it seems like, especially when Tatum is down, it's hard for them to find buckets elsewhere.
I don't think Jaylen Brown has accepted being the second guy. And I think that's an issue. I don't think he's fully said, like, you know what, like, Tatum, you're the guy. And usually when teams have that issue where the second option isn't taking on, like, hey, I understand I'm Robin. That usually doesn't work out. Wade said that's why he feels like they lost that first year, because he wasn't ready to say I'm the Robin, nigga. I'm still D Wade, nigga. F you talking about? And he said after that 2011 finals, that's when he went to Braun, like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? We gonna go as far as you take us. I'll go into that second option. And Wade is far beyond what Brown is. So if he's able to do that, I'm saying that's, I just feel like that needs to be a conversation at some point. And if they don't, they wasting their time. They're gonna keep having these deep runs and losing. Which, I mean, I guess that's better than not making it, but sometimes it's not. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be at the bottom. I'd rather be at the bottom of the totem pole than be in that middle pack, wondering what if, or you know what I'm saying? What if or what not or whatever.
That's true, Bob.
Because at least you know
every round in these finals and every game that was won by Boston, it was because of Brown. Every run they made, it was because of Brown.
Yep. If you looked at, I think with the stats, it might have. Well, no, I don't think it changed because he had 13 points, but Tatum only averaged like 18, 19 points in their wins. You know what I'm saying?
Game one, Horford was phenomenal. Game one, White was 2. Brown got that game where it was.
Yeah.
It was a 20-point game, and he went like 5 for 5 from 3 and put it like a 5-point game on his own.
Correct.
I ain't gonna lie. That 21-0 run the Warriors did the other day had me in awe. I was like, whoa. Like, this was that, like, took me to a place like no KD, none of that. Like, that took me to like 73-9 season type spit, like where they just was like,
I mean,
there's no
seeing it before KD. They did it with KD. They've been doing it without him. So,
yeah, like we said, Steve Kerr.
It's not surprising.
Hey man, shut that spit up, nigga. I don't want to hear that. He could wait.
We saw what Steve Kerr did. I mean, he took what he learned from Pop in San Antonio and took it to the Warriors, and they do what they do on crack. It's insane. This is what we would see from Popovich if he ever had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Right. I mean, he still got it done with Tony Parker, Manu, and obviously one of the greatest players of all time in Tim Duncan. But like I said, like, it's even faster and more insane shooting with the Warriors.
Right.
So I guess that's
all about.
Oh, go ahead.
It's all about pace, defense, and shooting for them. That's all it takes for today's basketball.
So my next question is this the greatest dynasty since Chicago?
You have to make an argument.
I would say since San Antonio, to be honest. You guys don't think San Antonio is It's a dynasty.
No, I'm not
Y'all
saying.
boys may never
What I'm
reach
saying is, out of
right
all the
hand.
dynasties since MJ's Bulls, do y'all feel
They
like
are.
this is the greatest one, or are
They
you
are,
saying you
by
feel
far.
like San Antonio's run was greater than the Warriors?
No, the
No.
Warriors are by far the
Okay,
greatest
so yeah.
dynasty
So you
since the
think-
Bulls.
Yeah, like bro, that I'm sorry, but that is the greatest team of all time. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, KD, Draymond Green, and whoever else you want to throw in there. You know what I'm saying?
Which
And
one is the greatest team? 17 or 18?
I don't give a shit. It don't matter. No, them niggas, what, bro? I don't give a fuck what old heads talking about. Oh, Showtime Lakers or Chicago Bulls or Kobe and Shaq, bro. They not beating them, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Shaq is on smoking dick if he thinks that he was gonna beat them Warriors, bro. Like, no, it's not happening, bro.
I do think
they might get a game, but in a 7-game series, bro, that's a 5.
I do think I agree with you. That is, I do believe that's the greatest team ever on paper. But I think that's the greatest team ever on paper. But as far as like matchup wise, 2001 Lakers and Golden State, that's ugly for both teams because can't nobody like Shaq was a cheat code.
I get what you're saying, Playboy. But I'm sorry, when Steph, Clay, and KD start dropping them fucking threes, bro, them dunks ain't gonna mean shit, bro. You can keep dunking that ball. All you gonna splash. No,
and then we trading threes for twos at that point.
Exactly, and then on top of that, like, bro, I'm sorry, they gonna get Shaq and foul.
That's nothing you can do. That's nothing.
Shaq out into that pick and roll. Could you imagine Shaq getting pulled out into that pick and roll, bro? He's gonna get fucked up. Like,
but also imagine Draymond trying to guard Shaq.
You right.
But I go away.
You right.
All right.
Again, if we take it to today's rules, probably Chad would be fouled out.
Yeah, Shaq probably
from offensive fouls alone.
In today's rules, he probably foul out, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, especially because he's making it clear, like Steph and them trying to come in his paint, I'm knocking them on the ground type spit. So
exactly.
But at the same time, Steph ain't finna just keep running up in there like that once he feels Shaq one time. So that's another thing too. Iverson was that type of nigga to where he didn't care. You just gonna keep knocking him. But it's certain niggas where it's like, nah, I'm not finna keep, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna deal with that 6 times to get this nigga out the game and take a Shaq hit. You know what I'm saying? F that.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if y'all been seeing everything today with the Grizzlies and Golden State and split. They're back and forth. I don't know where the real estate came from of who's in whose head or whatever.
So basically, Clay was talking about when Jaren Jackson said something about like strength in numbers when they beat them in the regular season. You know, that used to be Golden State's thing.
Right.
You know, they in 15 and 16 they had those. They had major depth. You know what I'm saying? Right. And he just Clay took offense to that or some shit. Like he was.
And he called him a bum.
Yeah, like he called him a bum right after they win the finals, and I'm like, I kind of agree with y'all on this one. Like, bro, that was living in your head, and it was a game from like January, and I'm just sitting there like, that's what you think about, my boy? Come on, you just won the championship.
And
like,
then Draymond and Ja was going at it today about I guess saying that they can't wait to see each other or whatever. But really, this is what I was really trying to get at, because it seems like that's a new rivalry that's brewing, so I love it. It's kind of reminding me of, I think that can be like the Indiana, Miami kind of type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Where, LeBron versus Indiana was like the Eastern rivalry, but Miami still
I feel
kept
like Indiana had
them
more
niggas.
I just feel like the Pacers had a better chance at beating the Heat than the Grizzlies have at beating the Warriors right now. You know what I'm saying? Unless the Grizzlies really get that second star.
So that was my next thing. I was going to ask you, do you think that the Grizzlies would have won with if they had Ja, do you think they had like a chance, or is like
no.
Damn.
We still came to the same result that we have today. No. They might have won What did they win? One game? So I think
I
they.
think if I'm not mistaken, I think they lost in 6. Yeah, it was
Oh,
6.
oh, okay. Well, um,
Because remember Game 6, I think that's when Game 6 Clay happened.
yeah, maybe game 6 is a little bit closer, but yeah, it'd have been a wrap. Sorry.
So you don't think they not ready?
No, not at all. No, like you said, not with Jaren Jackson as your supposed second best player. No.
And that's if that.
That's if that. So, like I said, they need another star to pair with Ja.
So basically, they need to quit talking because they're not ready yet.
Like they. I mean, I like it
Or
because
do you like the confidence?
yeah, I like the confidence because you have to have that confidence in the league. Like I was watching the new movie Hustle with Adam Sandler, and it had like all the NBA players in there, and he was talking about like how all of them think. He was like, you have to believe you're the best player on the fucking floor, even if LeBron James is on the floor, which is
Right.
correct. Like that's the only way you're gonna be able to survive in that league. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, for sure.
And I mean, that's the type of confidence that Ja has and that he brings to that Grizzlies team. You know what I'm saying? That yeah, we can play with anybody, but I just don't think they're ready yet. Like, uh, and like I said, I just didn't see why Clay was so worried about that one fucking tweet from the middle of the season. Like,
I mean, them niggas probably just really, they probably really genuinely don't f with each other, bro. Like, but I've been waiting for the next rivalry because it's been a minute since we had like a legit, you know what I'm saying, like back and forth, real playoff meeting type, you know what I'm saying, like real legitimate NBA rivalry. It's been a while.
yeah, we thought the Cavs and Warriors was gonna be that next one.
I was that, yeah, and then
that shit got ruined with
off.
KD.
Well, yeah,
we were like, yeah, that shit's a wrap, bro. Like,
yeah. You had that, but I mean, KD and Brian, they had their time where that was supposed to be the thing, but I just don't feel like KD ever had a team that can, that can match up to what he was talking about.
Yeah.
So, we're moving pretty fast. So after the Finals MVP thing and everything, do you got Steph in your top 10 now?
It's hard to say because this was an amazing finals performance against the number one defense in the league, and he is one of 7 players with 4 championships and 2 MVPs. Some people do, some people don't. It's hard for me to say. I could easily see some people having him in his top 10. I could definitely see that. I think. I have to relook. I'd probably do this every season after somebody wins a championship, but I have to relook at it. He could be anywhere from 8 to 12 in that region. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be mad if somebody had him at 8. That's your personal preference. You know what I'm saying? He has an argument to be at 8, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's just hard to say.
I don't know, man. Like, first of all, I think NBA fans, and maybe it's other sports too, but just as far as I know, NBA fans have a very huge issue with recency bias. When something's fresh like this, I feel like I just need time to let it simmer.
That's why I said. That's why I said I would have to go relook at my list again. Compare him to.
But off the top of the head though, like just thinking about it, like you asking me right now, no. I cannot say without the shadow of a doubt for sure, like, I think he's better than Kobe, that he's better than Shaq, that he's better than Wilt, that he's better than Duncan, that he's better than Bird, that he's better than Hakeem. Like, just off the top of the head, my answer is no. You know what I'm saying? I need to really sit down and look at, okay, like, let me look at this. I need some debates with people to get, back and forth. I don't always debate just to be right. Sometimes I might really be learning. I'm just not going to admit it at the moment.
100%.
It might linger. So I just need some time to let this sit. But as
the
of
reason why I say
he's
definitely in that argument for top 10 is because, like I just said, he's one of 7 players with 4 championships and 2 MVPs. He's the first one with it being unanimous. He's obviously, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest shooter of all time. He had one of the best seasons of all time that we saw in 2016, where he averaged 30 with sitting out damn near 40 third quarters.
Fourth quarter, yeah.
So that shit in itself was insane. And he finally got the Finals MVP under his belt. To me, without a shadow of a doubt, he's the second greatest point guard of all time. I think
he was already that for me.
That's what I'm saying. He was already that, but now it's definitely put that shit to bed. You know what I'm saying? Because some people
it's no
Isaiah
argument.
Thomas and this, that, and third. I thought he was already the second greatest point guard of all time, and like I just he has an argument for top 10. Like, you can't say he does not have an argument for top 10. If somebody has him in their top 10, I will not be mad and say, "Oh, you're crazy as hell. You're this, that, and the third." Like, people are getting into the he was a defensive liability. What the fuck was Magic? Like,
Magic was a defensive liability. He wasn't a defensive liability. There is a difference between your defense not being the best and being a liability. I don't even let people call Steph that. So I'm damn sure not.
That's what I'm saying. But to me, Steph plays better defense than Magic. Magic was just taller.
That's why the defense was better.
Man, get the fuck out.
Steph tries. That's why I give Steph. That's why I don't go too hard on Steph, because he gives his 1,000% effort on defense. He tried. He just really can't help himself. You know what I'm saying? Nash did not try. Carmelo did not try. James Harden did not try. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference.
I love the Carmelo slander. Yes. Say that again. Carmelo did not try on defense.
Hey, I hate this nigga, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's why I can't be too hard on, even over his own team. Jordan Poole barely effing tries. You know what I'm saying?
No. Jordan Poole is like the worst defender. That shit is pitiful, bro.
So that's why with Steph, even when like all the LeBron haters was going hard on Steph at that time of call it, like, people sometimes try to bully a narrative. I don't know if you've ever witnessed that, but sometimes people will try to bully a narrative into existence instead of, and that's why eye test is so important. I know this generation tries to take it away and go to numbers and advanced stats and all that. Eye test is so incredibly important for that exact reason. So you don't get caught up in the, oh, I heard him say, so I think that's what it is. Because just because something is like consensus at the time doesn't mean that that's what it is. Sometimes that word of mouth leads people to doing that. You know what I'm saying? People still call Jason Kidd a trash shooter, and he's a top 10 and top 10 3-point field goal makes right now because of how he finished his career. So if you didn't finish watching, Jason Kidd turned into a threat. You wasn't just finna leave him out there like that. Rondo right now,
like some bum in Brooklyn that we know. Unlike some bum in Brooklyn that we know that refuses to work on his
right. Yeah, nah, that ain't no narrative. That we ain't gonna get into that whole thing.
Bum, bro. I'm sorry. It just pisses me off every time I think about that. Cause like Jason Kidd really sat up there and worked on his shot till he was actually at least respected. Yep. Same thing with Rondo. Like, now you can't just leave Rondo. Like we said,
and he'll be far too. He'll be like, "Damn, nigga, he was far. Yeah, nigga, get out here."
Yeah, like, bro, you remember when Rondo was in Boston and niggas was playing in the paint while this man was dribbling at
Doc, KG, and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen was on this nigga, on the top of this nigga neck.
And that's why I say, bro, bullying works. Bullying works, bro. I'm sorry, bullying works. Bullying works.
Christian Wood to Dallas, man. How much do you think that helped Dallas?
I think that helped them a lot, especially with to get Luka with somebody who can get the ball in the bucket. I mean, we seen Christian Wood's average. And
they got him for peanuts, by the way.
Yeah, they definitely did. I mean, it was for me. That was a win-win situation. You know, obviously the Rockets aren't ready to win right now, as we can see. They're looking to stack up.
But I thought they were going to use him as part of that young core type of thing.
Nah, I always felt that, like, nah, because I just saw it like, nah, especially when they got Alex Sengun. I hope I pronounced his name right. I feel like they wanted to open him up more, but like obviously with Christian Woods, you're not going to be able to do that because right now Christian Woods is the better player. But I feel like they were just going to let that. Not to say Christian Woods is like 40 years old or nothing like that, but like most of the kids on the Rockets right now are 19, 20.
Not even 21.
You know what I'm saying? So, and Christian was like, what, 26, 27 in that range there? around there. Am I right?
I forget that he has been in the league a minute. He just was scrambling around in
Yeah,
G
he was just
League and
bouncing
stuff.
around, and he
Yeah.
finally started, getting right with the Pistons and
Yeah,
whatnot.
when he had that run with Detroit when Drummond left, and then he went off that whole end of the season. And then he got that contract.
Yeah, yeah, and let me see how old Christian Wood is. Yeah, I was right. So he's 26, and like we said, that's not old by any means. Like, but those kids are really young, so I feel like they are just trying to stack picks and you know, get ready for like to be a team that's ready to compete to win in like 4 to 5 years. Like in between 3 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the development of their players. You know.
Right.
But I do think it was a good move for Dallas. I think hopefully they'll work out better than him and KP did. Cause oh my gosh, like we saw Chris Stapp's ass.
If it don't work with Christian Wood though, I thought we're gonna be like, nigga, if it's not working out with nobody they pair you with, it's probably you.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
with James Harden. They gave this nigga Dwight Howard, didn't work. They gave him Chris Paul, didn't work. Gave him Russell Westbrook, didn't work. It's like, nigga, at some point, you know what I'm saying? You had Kevin Durant again.
Yeah, they sent you over there with KD and Kyrie.
Yeah, it's like it's everybody else. It's
like
everybody else.
The Dwight Howard one, I won't necessarily blame him for, absolutely, because both him and Dwight Howard had issues. Dwight Howard wasn't necessarily ready to say, you know what, I'm not Orlando Dwight anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but the rest of them, like him and Chris Paul, they nigga, he got you the closest to the finals that you had ever seen, my boy.
Nigga, he should have felt like that on the Lakers, that he wasn't Orlando Dwight anymore. We would have been better because he was over there. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I always kind of thought Dwight was overrated in his prime or whatever. And then when he came over here and Kobe was getting off in him and the nigga didn't know how to handle it, I still too much
overrated. I'm not gonna say
he was overrated to me, as far as like they acted like it wasn't even an argument of best center in the league. And it was niggas that you could argue.
Who?
We had this discussion already.
Who JC? Who?
I felt like Bynum was better than Dwight.
No.
I personally felt like and Dwight, look, here's the thing. Here's what probably really pissed me off. I don't feel like Dwight utilized, like, I feel like he underachieved for what his body frame is, for what he's capable, what he was capable of. If he had that, like, if you give Dwight, Iverson, Hart, you probably looking at arguably the greatest center ever, for sure, top 5. But I just felt like when he went against the Tyson Chandlers, when he went against the Joakim Noahs and the Bynums and the great defensive centers of whatever that time was, he would fold on those games. But then he'll go play Troy Murphy the next game and then go get 40 and 20. And then we like, oh, best center in the league. It's like, come on, man. That's how I look at it.
I'm sorry. Like, I get what you're saying, but it's just like more so, okay, when they were playing, don't get me wrong, Bynum definitely had a better post game than Dwight. Absolutely. 100%. Like, as we know, Dwight really never developed.
Never really had that go-to post move that most of the great post players have.
But unfortunately, he's one of the most athletic centers that we've ever seen. Like,
that's what makes it so sad, though. That's what makes it so sad. The fact that you are that and you didn't utilize that in that way.
But
that wasn't.
He did. I'm saying he did utilize it. I mean, from 08 to 12, bro, he was absolutely the best center in the league, bro. He made the All-Star game all those years. He was first team.
That was by default, nigga. They needed a center. He was the only center, really.
By default, nigga. From 08 to 12, bro, he made all first NBA team. All NBA first team, excuse me, all first NBA team. What the fuck was I saying? He was Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. He was on defensive first team, and he was the rebounding leader. All of those years.
You know who I compare that to?
The blocks leader.
I compare that to Nicki Minaj's run from 2010 to like 2016, 17. It wasn't really nobody else like that. And then once competition did start coming around, we started looking at it a little differently. Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Then we got something to contrast it to.
What are you talking about? Nicki Minaj. I don't even like Nicki Minaj, but she's obviously the best female rapper of all time.
I'm saying like her getting female rapper of the year every year. Nigga, what other female rapper was there at that time? When you bring up this all NBA split and you bring up these all-star game split, nigga, who else was there? And the year that Bynum was healthy, nigga, he was right there with him. The one time Bynum was healthy, the one time for a full season, he was right there with that nigga.
So Bynum was in the league. Was Powell? I mean, not Powell, but Mark Gasol was in the league, was he not?
I felt Gasol was the best center in the league, probably
not those years, no.
2012ish, yeah, like 2012ish.
I feel like you can make the argument because that's when he started getting hurt. That's when he started getting hurt.
He was hurt, but even like I don't know, y'all niggas was probably watching him differently. But if you shy away from being that guy at those moments when it's time to be that guy, I can't give that to you.
JC, who else was on his team in 2009 and he dragged that team to the NBA Finals?
Yeah, Skip to my Lou, Rashard Lewis, Turkaloo, Beatrice, Courtney Lee.
Which one of those players is another superstar star?
I mean, that was a good team, bro. That was a good team, bro.
Which one of those players? Answer the question. Which one of those players is a superstar star?
None of them were, but I'm not gonna try to rewrite. I'm not gonna try to rewrite what history was, though. Like Turkaloo was a dog.
He was a great shooter. I ain't finna lie. He just had a lot of great shooters around him. That was their
scheme, though. That's how they built the team. That's like Hakeem on Houston.
Nah.
That was their scheme. And Hakeem is 100 times better than Dwight.
Hold on. Nah. At least they got Hakeem, Clyde Drexler, and
nigga, that was the second year. He wasn't there that first time.
That's fine. But my whole point being is, motherfucker, it was literally shoot a three and Dwight will get the rebound. That was their whole offense. And we saw that shit got that shit was over once they played the Lakers.
He beat your boy LeBron with that spit, nigga.
And LeBron's offense was worse.
That was we got robbed of our LeBron finals.
Cavaliers' offense was even worse back then. It was get the ball. Be for real. Be for real now. I'm talking about.
Bro, didn't they win like 60 games one of them years?
I'm talking about as far as offensive scheme. Man. JC,
you probably gonna be mad, bro.
No, hold on, no.
But Mo Williams, bro, are we not gonna act like that nigga wasn't like effing niggas over at that time? He made the All-Star game for a reason, bro. Like that nigga LeBron was not playing with old Eric Snow his whole entire career, bro. That was not his trajectory. He ended up getting some guys. Now, do I feel like those were championship worthy teams? Maybe not, but he had some guys though. So I don't, like if you supposed to be that nigga like that, bro, you should be able to beat Orlando. You didn't have to worry about Boston. This was your chance. All you had to do was get these niggas out the way.
Let me know when you're done.
Go ahead.
This motherfucker Mo Williams was shooting 40% from the field. 40% from the field that year in 2009. 40% from the
How many
field.
points did he average?
What? Hold on. What that matter? You throwing up bricks?
That do matter, nigga. If he's the second guy and he's getting it in that 20-something range, then yeah, I can see why you shot 40%.
No,
he's a guard, nigga. He's not a big man.
Now, hold on. Now, do we not slander James Harden for being the leader and shooting like 40%?
I slandered James Harden for playing trash in big games. That's what I slander him for. All of a sudden, you forgot how to play.
And that's overall playoffs.
But as far as like field goal percentage, I'm a little more lenient. 40% isn't good by any means. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like if you're depending on how many points you're averaging, it does weigh how bad that is.
And then let's just that was overall playoffs. During the series, the Eastern Conference Finals against the Magic, This man shot 37% from the field.
That's trash.
That's what I'm saying. That's
trash.
37%. It was literally LeBron, you drive and kick. And it was whoever can make more threes is going to win this series. That's literally what that Orlando and Cavs series was.
Hey, you supposed to be that guy niggas is claiming you is.
Nigga, now
it's supposed to be that guy niggas is claiming you is. I'm not giving him a pass for Orlando, bro. He's not getting a pass for Orlando.
This is.
I'll give him a pass for Boston, not Orlando. And to be honest, he technically shouldn't have a pass for that because they were the favorites a couple of those times, and he still lost. So, but Orlando, I'm not giving him that. Y'all making enough excuses for that nigga.
Excuses. This is facts, my good man. I'm sorry, he didn't have the He did not have the better team. Was LeBron the better player? Yeah, but he didn't have the better team. That's just what it is. Let me see what LeBron averaged in 2009 in that Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, look at his field goal percentage. That nigga, then he shot like 33% against the Spurs. Y'all niggas don't ever care to talk about that.
We all say that finals was terrible. We all say he played terrible.
Hell no. They'd be like, well, he didn't have anybody, so he had to do everything. So essentially, that's why y'all don't do that with nobody else but LeBron, bro. Y'all don't do that with nobody else but LeBron.
Name somebody else who was in that predicament.
What, they was by themselves on the finals team?
Yes.
Dirk. He went against a super team.
Dirk was by himself. Dirk was by himself.
Dirk was pretty much by himself, especially when them niggas had a big three. Like a legitimate big three.
So he have no shooters who were playing. Those guys were consistent 3-and-D guys. Those are the guys Luka needs on his fucking team. Not Reggie Bullock and them niggas. In 2009.
Wait. Are you calling Jason Terry 3-and-D a 3-and-D player?
I'm not saying he was.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like J Kidd, Sean Marion, those guys.
Yeah, but them niggas was old by then. They was like a couple years removed from retiring.
Now them niggas was old, huh? Now them niggas
they wasn't old.
Now them niggas was old.
Jason Kidd coached 2 years after that. Marion was gone like 2 years after that. Who else? Terry was gone 2 years after that.
What that mean?
Them niggas was all on their NBA deathbed, bro.
They still had some in the tank to win that championship, did they not?
Dirk was the only nigga you could legitimately say, and even he was on the decline. But Dirk is the only nigga legitimately that was a star on that team.
I'll go to that series in a second. But in 2009, LeBron averaged 38.5 points in the 2009 Eastern Conference Finals on 48%, almost 49.
Against Orlando?
Yes, against Orlando. It was on 48.7% field goal percentage.
That's ridiculous.
The rest of them niggas was shooting 40 or below.
Yeah,
now, let's go to this final series between him and
What are you? Wait. Are you judging it off of the numbers they had in the finals or who they were?
Bro, what
is that? What you basing that on?
Bro, don't start.
Dirk was by himself in that championship, especially considering what he was going up against. Sure. LeBron don't get a pass for that series either.
Did I say he get a pass?
No, I'm just saying. Like, nigga,
hold on. You acting like these niggas was absolute bums. Jason Terry averaged 17 over the course of the playoffs. Sean Marion averaged 12.
LeBron averaged 17 as well. So you average the same thing as Jason Terry.
Didn't I just say? Even LeBron has said he played trash during that series. Bro, if you go on my damn Facebook or whatever, bro, you will see me.
He was going crazy back then.
That was back when I was really slandering LeBron. Before I decided, you know what? In 2016, after what he did to come back against the Warriors and shit, I was like, bro, I got to get this man his respect, bro. I need to appreciate greatness while I was here for every player, except for Carmelo Anthony.
Honestly, I remember your turning point being when he came to the Lakers. I remember you went in like immediately, and you was like,
I went on live the day after they won that championship, and I said, "Damn,
That boy is that nigga. Like he showed me something I had never seen, bro. What he did, that was nothing short of amazing. That in 2016 was some GOAT shit. That right there was some GOAT shit. That's okay, y'all got me fucked up. Let me show y'all who I am type shit. That's what I had been wanting to see from LeBron.
All right, man. Well, we'll go ahead. The reason we're gonna go ahead and cap it. It was kind of centered around y'all too with the baseball stuff, but we're gonna get some a whole bunch of segments this summer. We're talking about all these baseball stuff and the football offseason stuff and the NBA offseason. I know there's plenty more to come. We're gonna dissect all the players that's on the free agent market, all that stuff, bro. So we got plenty to get into. But we'll go ahead and cap it right here. I just wanted us to get this NBA conclusion out the way. And then the real work begins this summer, man. We got plenty more to come. Thank y'all for tuning in. My boy Isaiah pulled up. Thank you, Jose, my guy, for pulling up for the time that you did. And we got a lot coming for y'all this summer, as I just said. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's take this to the furthest extent. Check us out on all directories, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, whatever your go-to is. Type in All Grind Sports and we'll be there. And pretty much it, man. Peace out.
Catch y'all later.